should be live. Share it. Yo, yo, yo. What up, though, man? It's your boy, Lonzo Star. Y'all know what it is, man. And we here today with some magnificent guests, man. But before we get into that, how was
Lonzo,
everybody's
I can't hear a
weekend?
single thing he's saying.
No? Yo, yo, yo. Yo. Oh, man. Still can't hear me?
I
don't
can't
think
hear
he can
you.
hear you.
He can't hear me? Oh, man.
Nope.
Hey, see if he can hear you, Meech.
Can you hear me, Brent? I don't think you can hear me
Oh, he
either.
can't hear us either? Jesus. Tell him to sign out and sign back in. Hold on.
He can't.
That.
Yeah.
Jesus. Shout out to StreamYard.
Shout out to StreamYard.
If you can hear me, I cannot hear you, brother.
Yes, sign out and come back in. I don't know if you can, you know what I mean? Try to,
Brent, can you hear me?
Not the audio struggles.
No.
I know, man. It's getting real, y'all.
Should I remove him? What's up, man?
I hear you now.
Oh yeah. Let me find out that was all
But
you,
it's
Brent.
echoing. Hold on one second. Hold on one second.
right.
I
Oh,
can't
yeah.
hear you on the main device that I'm on.
Oh,
You know what it is, bro? It might be I don't know, it might be
Hello?
yeah, I
I
can
hear
hear you.
you. Yo, you still there?
Yeah, his sound is delayed.
I hear you now.
His joint might be because of he using two devices, maybe.
I have no idea.
It
I'm
definitely is
just on the
delayed.
phone.
StreamYard back on that. I know, Dan. I know,
You
Dan.
want me to relog
Dang.
in, maybe?
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. Try to
Let's try.
log out, log back in. Jesus, man. Meech, man, what's going on, bro? I need you to
I
call
don't know, man.
StreamYard. I need you to call StreamYard office tomorrow morning.
I
Curse
feel
them
like,
out,
you
man.
know what I'm saying, they trying to stop the momentum because we own to a good thing. We've been trying to be consistent a little bit here. And you know what I'm saying? Hey, soon as you try to get a good thing going, man, here come the devil. Come lurking. Here he go. Try to mess
Yeah.
that thing up, boy.
No, it did get crazy. All right, y'all. Let's pray
Okay.
about this.
All right.
Let's pray about this.
I hear
Brent,
y'all
you
clear
is?
now.
All right,
Lord
there
have
we
mercy.
go. Here we go.
Yeah. I hear you clear now. It's all good.
Yeah.
I couldn't hear you from this device. I had to turn on a different speaker and go on
Oh my goodness.
YouTube.
Oh yeah. So
We
for those
good
of you that
now.
don't know who we are, my name is Lonzo. I'm the CEO and founder of Concrete Comics, the award-winning Concrete Comics, might I add, writer and creator of the legendary Acolyte, Zoriel, to name a few. And to my right, I don't know if that's the right for everybody, but that's my guy Meech the Gamer. He is the brand new ambassador, concrete ambassador, and media manager for Concrete Comics, man. So shout out to my guy Meech. Meech, how you feeling?
I'm feeling good, man. You know, just ready to get into it. Excited about doing the podcast. Love coming on here. You know what I'm saying? So I'm ready to rock and roll, baby.
And the man of the hour, I don't think he even needs an introduction. Like he just exists in a realm of his own, full of light glaze. You know what I'm saying? He just been out here doing this thing, man. Funny thing is, we kind of started our careers, I think, the same exact year, same time, right before COVID hit, and we just been locked in.
Yeah.
My
I think
man showed up.
you were
What is it?
definitely the first person I saw in the space of like that. It was like this world when you got into it of like these indie creators that just existed only on Instagram. And I just remember y'all were the first people I saw. I want to say the next person I saw was I want to say his name. It's kind of like on some Spawn stuff. It's a guy who draws his own book, the Convictor.
Convictor. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Convictor was out
Mhm.
there heavy. Funny
Yeah.
story. Convictor lived like 20 minutes from me, man.
That's Convictor was a good dude. He still is a good dude.
Yeah, I think he still be on sometimes. I don't
Yeah.
see him too often. As you know how these algorithms be. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
take away. But for those that may not know who you are, Brent, please tell them who you are and what you do.
I'm Brent Sands. I'm the creator of the Impound Universe. I write. I do not illustrate, even though a lot of people think I do. But just a growing indie comic book company, just one book at a time. Building up the verse. Got pretty much all of them over here, and always constantly adding to them.
Mm-hmm.
That's fire, bro. That's fire. Meech, when's the first time that you seen Impound Comics?
The first time I seen Impound Comics, it had to been on Instagram because, like you said, Brent, when you get into the space, it's just all the indie creators on Instagram. So it's just like I had my
Excuse me.
introduction in person. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Through Concrete. And then I think from there, I just kind of seen your stuff on Instagram. So that was really my first introduction because we went to DreamCon the same year, but you know how much is going on or whatever the case may be. So you don't get to see everybody. But yeah, that was my first introduction was Instagram.
Yeah. for sure.
I ain't gonna lie. Last year when we was all at DreamCon, right? I think I had met you, Meech, right before Brent walked up to the table and showed
That
love.
is
So it
hilarious,
was
Yeah.
dog.
he literally pulled up to the table, showed love, had a little circle around him of people trying to get his
Oh
autograph,
shoot!
ask
Oh
Man,
shoot!
questions.
it was, I'll say this, it was like, that was my first experience, not this year at DreamCon, the year before,
Mhm.
of like really feeling like how far we've come, like how much
Yeah,
the work is showing.
Yeah.
Because people come to me, at cons all the time, but DreamCon was different. It was a whole different animal that I wasn't ready for. You know
Hmm.
what I mean? But it
oh
was
yeah.
rewarding.
Oh no, I ain't gonna lie. I think the first year I did DreamCon was 2024, and I remember texting Brent immediately, like, bro, you need to be here, man. I'm saying
Yeah,
you
yeah.
you got to get here like next
Gotta get
year.
here one way or another. You gotta get up in here.
I don't care if you got a table or not, you gotta show up. And in that
Um,
time frame between like 2024 and 2025, Brent had kind of taken a whole new
Turn.
direction with how
Yeah.
you market and promote yourself and just how you interacted. And once you started making that Batman content, it was up. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
What-
it really went up when I started doing. I'm posting this on. I'm trying to get us posted on our Instagram. Tell everybody to come to your IG live
Yeah.
right now.
oh yeah,
Um,
yeah. No, that's lit.
but we started off doing well in the pandemic because the algorithm was on a different level. So like, and I know you remember that time. You just any picture you posted was getting 5,000 likes, 7,000 likes. You didn't even have to have that many followers. Like,
Yeah.
and there was just this new world of wanting to see more black representation. Like it
Hmm.
was like Black Panther just opened up this whole new, portal of new people showing up, trying to be in this space for the first time and amplify the people who are already there. And it was insane. Like the algorithm had never worked that good. And then after the pandemic, you started to see the decline of the algorithm working for you because people
Hmm.
started getting back to their regular lives. And so there was a challenge of just the visibility, you know what I mean, and not getting lost. And I think I started to come to a realization that I wasn't interested in the beginning was just talking about education, the education side of fiction. And I think it really started when I started telling people to name the 10 black characters that don't have lightning. Like that's when it was kind of like a light bulb came on of like, okay, this is a subject that shouldn't be this tough to answer, but it's
Yeah.
extremely tough to answer.
Yep.
And that started to like mold, the direction of where we were going, but still, with the same goal. And then it just kind of became a part of our brand, of just like the trivia educational side, on top of doing it to bring them back to what we were doing.
No, that's dope. I remember watching from the sidelines, and I was thinking to myself, I said, man, how far is Brent gonna go with this? Because if he go too far, he may not be able to come back. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? But it's
yeah,
like you got to the perfect point of attention to where then you started turning them towards who Impound is. And I use this as a lesson with a lot of the up and coming creators that I work with. I'll be showing them I just show them different levels of marketing. I show them Ace Blade, right? I show them
yeah,
how y'all move because not everything works for everybody, right?
yeah,
You got
for
to have
sure.
like the right personality to do what you do. You know
Yeah,
what I mean? How you move, how you interact, how you speak to people, and then having the trusted knowledge, unbiased knowledge is really where you make people feel comfortable arguing with you. When you
yeah,
too far on one side, people just want to fight you at that point. But
yeah,
you make statements that are it's like you're saying your opinion, but you got a little facts behind it. So people don't want to challenge you, but they want to just see like how far they can push. I think
yeah,
that's what makes your content dope. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's what elevated you beyond a lot of people on like the TikTok areas because there's a lot of people that do that content, but you made it different and
yeah.
kind of really struck a chord with that, John, man. So I definitely want to shout you out for that for sure.
Yeah, because that's literally what it was the trust. So then when I started talking about my characters, it was like I already like the way his mind works, so I would probably like his books too. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
that really was the saving factor, because I was always worried about that too, like, getting lost and maybe just being a commentator and not the creator. But I learned that you have to you don't have to, but every second place, third place, fourth place company talks about the first place company,
Mhm.
and that brings them to their level in people's eyes. And I actually got that kind of confirmation from, ironically, from the stream. I had it on my own mind, right? Because where I saw Jack in the Box do a commercial where they kept saying our breakfast is better than McDonald's, and McDonald's doesn't have to say that. McDonald's just promotes
Right.
sausage
Right.
egg McMuffins. They're already
Yeah.
they're number one. But Jack in the Box kept saying, we're McDonald's. You like McDonald's, you'll love this. We're better than McDonald's. And I'm like, all right, if it's not too good for them, it can't be too good for me. Was my
Mhm.
first initial thought, right? And then the streamer Duke Dennis is actually who did the final confirmation for me, because they asked him if he had to start over streaming today, how would he do it and get to where he's at? And he said, I would stitch all the number one streamers, get in that conversation, and the algorithm will put me in that conversation, and it will put me on their level in the eyes of the public. And that's what I applied to that. And I kind of was like, see, I figured that,
Yeah.
and that's
Yeah.
kind of where it went, where, I can do a whole week of just talking about different universes, but then I'm gonna make sure I do a whole week of comparing us to those universes as well. And it was a slow thing of, 100,000 people are following me for this content, and now they're realizing I also have this.
Right.
So I had a question for you, Meech, right? So you
Mhm.
coming from an outside view, right? Like me and Brent are
Yeah.
coming from the production side of it, trying to get the attention, get the eyes, right? So
Yeah.
when you came from only kind of knowing like Marvel, DC, Image, right? And then you saw there was others outside of that. There was an indie black scene. What are some of the key factors that made people like Impound, like Concrete, like Wiseacre stand out to you?
First of all, I'm a covers guy. A lot of the times the first time when I went into the comic book shop, I had some ideas of the stories that I wanted, but they wasn't realistic for me to obtain, because I wanted stuff like The Killing Joke and all this other crazy, what I'm saying, $1,000 books and all this stuff like that. And so once I started collecting, I collected two different ways. I collected in a way of, okay, this is what I want to read. So my first series was, I think the first series I ever read was Green Lantern Volume 1. I can't remember what story it is, who wrote it. And then I went into House of M, 2005, I think it was. And then
Mhm.
from there, I would not only collect those books, but I would go get stuff like Miles Morales issue 1, and Spawn issue 1, stuff I hadn't necessarily read, but stuff that the covers just look cool to me. So once I went by the booth and I seen certain characters that Acolyte and all that stuff like that, I was like, okay, let me check this out. So I did exactly that. I think the reason why I went towards your books, Brent, was more of a consumer standpoint, right? Because when I'm in person, I can see it. You know what I'm saying? But when I'm watching your videos, you telling me about it constantly. I'm like, man, who is this dude? Just on my For You page over and over again. Talk about writer, creator, Impound Comics, and my character can beat this dude and all this stuff like that. So it was a lot like going on, and this was around the time that I supported my first Kickstarter. So I supported the Impound Kickstarter. So I got one of those issues on my wall right there, if you can see that. You know what I'm saying? So I actually forgot to send you I forgot to send you my address. So I don't know if you remember, but that was me. I forgot. It was like almost a year later. But you still send it to me, so I appreciate it. So yeah, that's what draws me to the indie character. So now if I look at a cover and the cover is dope, I'm like, okay, well, let me see what this book is about, because obviously that's like the most important thing. So if the cover is dope, I get it. Read the issue 1. If the issue 1 is dope, then I'm hooked.
That's fire. Hey Brent, tell people
I hear popping right now. Do y'all hear that?
No, I don't hear nothing.
No.
All right, let's stop.
Okay. Hey
Yeah.
Brent, tell people real quick, right? The difference between issue 1 and issue 2. How hard they are to get the attention, right? I tell people your issue 1 is usually pretty easy because people don't know what you got going on, who you
Yeah, you
are.
saying like keeping your sales going?
Exactly.
Yeah, I told a friend of mine because he had a really good Kickstarter launch for issue one, and he had already had his audience as a commentator of sorts, and then he launched issue one, and it did extremely well. And I told him, issue two is going to be different. You know
Hmm.
what I mean? Because people get issue one. For one, issue one is going to be the most collectible book you ever drop.
Right.
So there's people who have no desire to even read. They just want it just in case, like, as a collector's item. And your issue one will also bring out your auntie will buy it, your friends from high school will buy it for real. Your cousins, people who have just seen you, they'll buy
Yeah.
your issue one, but only your fans will buy issue two and issue
Mm.
three and issue four. So it's a completely different thing. It's now getting them there and keeping them there, because all that free support of your peers,
Hmm.
most of that's going to be gone
Out of
after
there.
issue one. You know
Out
what
of
I
there.
mean?
Out of
Yeah.
there.
So by the time you get to issue five, oh man, if you haven't kept this audience as attention, you're gonna be lost. So it's a completely different learning curve of
Mhm.
not only creating it and continuing, but like separating who's supporting you and who are actually fans of you.
Right.
Hmm. And when you get to issue 3, that's when you know, okay, these people rocking with me. You
Yeah,
know what I'm
yeah,
saying? But
yeah,
issue 2, I tell people issue 2 is the hardest one.
yeah,
It's the hardest one to put out because if you didn't leave a good impression on that first book,
yeah,
they might not be coming back. So a lot of
yeah,
people's Kickstarters, they see that dip from
yeah,
first to second, and that makes a lot of people drop off as well. How many
yeah.
people, Brent, when we first started in 2019, 2020, how many of them people do you still see around that were dropping books and promoting their Kickstarters outside of the ones you know?
Oh no, it's not too many. It's kind of like the music industry. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Where this isn't easy. Keeping motivation to keep going is a challenge. For me, this is a business now, but I would have kept dropping those books whether they sold or not. And I think the passion for it in a lot of ways will overcome, the needing your bills paid. I wouldn't have been able to do it as
Yeah.
fast if it didn't become a business,
Hmm.
but I would say, 90%, even people with dope characters, they didn't stay, unfortunately. Um, that's the reality of it.
No, it's tough. It's tough.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
COVID definitely was that COVID time frame was it was kind of like an illusion because everybody was home. So they were ready to read whatever. Like
yeah,
just send me a book. I need something. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
I
Yeah.
need something to keep entertained. So a
We
lot of people
launched in a dream world.
lost
There
in a
will
dream
never,
world.
there will never be a time ever better to launch than the pandemic.
Man, listen, I told my wife the other day, I said I'm gonna have my son watch Day After Tomorrow, and I'm gonna tell him that's what COVID was like.
Yeah, yeah, man.
Because they are not gonna
Yeah.
believe, like, yeah, it was a time that the world shut down. Yes,
Yeah.
it
You
happened.
couldn't go
Everyone had a
outside. It
phone,
was
everybody had their
curfew.
computer and nothing else to do.
Man,
And not
nothing.
only, not only, it's not even that the people had nothing to do. People had nothing to do and people had money.
People had
Everybody
that
was getting
bread.
EBDs and PPP loans, and like
Yeah.
people was just sitting on an extra 20, $40,000 that they wouldn't have had if the world was open,
Man, I
and
miss
got
that
nothing
money.
but time and some money to spend.
Right, exactly.
Hey,
And
real
yeah.
quick, shout out to everybody on IG. Paperback Dan holding us down over there, answering questions.
Mhm.
We definitely see you guys. For the artists looking for opportunities, hit us in the DM. I know we do have a submissions link for that. It should be on our link tree. I'm sure the impound has his ways too, right? feel free to let them know, Impound, like how artists can get in contact with you.
Is how artists can get in contact with me personally, or you're talking about how people get in contact with artists in general?
No, with you.
I mean, most artists like illustrators, mostly
Yeah,
just shit. They just DM me at this point, or they email me at inboundcomics@gmail.com. I'm always looking for artists, but I'm kind of always not looking for artists. I was blessed to have some good artists that have stuck with me this whole time.
yeah.
Um, but yeah, I'm always interested in just seeing if there's someone that could fit in somehow because I have other stories. But
My man
um,
said I missed the wave. I missed the TBT
shit,
I
wave.
did. I
look,
did too.
somebody, my homie Stone came in and said, football season Raiders. So I had to type back, man, there's Niners in here. Don't be coming up in here with that.
Man,
We in
hey,
here
hey,
talking
I
hey,
about
man, get
I
comics.
that
You want to
did
get
come in
that
here with the
Niner
biggest,
stuff out of here, man.
you
This
gotta
Green
come in
Bay
with the
all
biggest
day.
beef that we could talk about right now.
I did see that fraudulation in the comments. I chose to ignore that. I'm
I
saying
was like, no, I'm not ignoring that type of phone.
I don't
I'm
want to hear
always
it. I don't
I'm
want to
look,
hear
saying
my
nothing about no Niners.
yeah, there you
I'm
go.
usually
Look,
rocking
the
I'm usually
impound
rocking with
store
Impound, but Impound.
when I
Hmm.
originally put up the impound store, it used to be a Raider image. It was a Raider store. So I enjoyed ripping up the carpet and making a
Oh
video
my
talking about how we taking
gosh.
the store down.
Yeah.
I was in like a 49ers apron and I had like
Oh
a,
my
a hat on
gosh.
and I was ripping up the
Doing
floor.
a lot.
Man, that ain't much of a rivalry nowadays, man.
Speaking of too, let's go back in time, and I want y'all to visualize how Impound was moving out here, man. Okay, my man, my man opened up a store right in the COVID area, right in Sacktown,
Mhm.
right next to the stadium, man. He had banners. He still got banners in the Sacramento Kings Stadium. He was Mr. Sacktown, man. Just doing amazing. Just he's still doing amazing. But I want y'all to know what it looked like back then. And
Yeah.
me being on the East Coast, I'm looking at him. Uh, I came out to LA for a book signing. Impound pulled up on me. It was just all love. But y'all had to see the boy moving back then, man. He was doing amazing, really representing the whole California. There's people in California that's doing comics, right? But not really moving like see, I try to move like how Master P felt to me when I was a kid. Like when I used to
Yeah.
see Master P moving back in the day, I was like, bro, that boy looked like a hood superhero. I love it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So when I saw Impound, I said, hold on, my man on the same wave. And
Yeah.
it was just dope, man. So tell them people how you was moving back then in Pound and why you was moving like that.
It was just I just always try to do as many things as I can to make it to push the line. We decided to go all in, so let's go all in. Opening up the store originally, that wasn't my idea. That was the shopping center's idea. I reached out
Facts.
to them about I reached out to them about possibly getting like a kiosk every once in a while, like a little kiosk or something.
Yeah.
But they reached back out with like, why you don't open a store?
Mhm.
And I don't know if I got like enough books and inventory and stuff like that, but they gave me an offer I couldn't refuse.
Mhm.
And the best thing that I did when I launched was I made Impound Sacramento's first superhero. Like that was a narrative that I put on that brand.
That's
And,
hard.
Hmm.
and Sacramento is just one of those cities that we don't have a lot of different things to cheer for. So that title was like, we need that. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? So
Yeah.
yeah, and California, we have a different look of the comic world that you guys probably do in the East Coast, where you guys, Marvel or DC, whatever, it's always kind of like New York. It's always somewhere over there. It started over there, the creators were over there, it happened over there, versus in California, we never saw creators on anywhere. We were just fans of it. You know what I mean? We weren't really like, we never felt involved. You know what I mean? Other than just buying Spider-Man at the store and stuff. So it was for a lot of people seeing it in person was almost like, how is this even real? We didn't even know you could do that. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Mhm.
Just become a comic book creator and a comic book company. like that was like so foreign in people's brains over here. So when we were doing it at such a high moving level, it was just, different. It was just so different. Um, but definitely the store jump started us further than where we would have went, and it made me take it more serious than what we would have probably been taking it. I would have probably more so just stayed a guy with a book that was just
Yeah.
happy he launched issue one. You know what I'm saying? And that was like, all right, the universe is saying too much for us to not go full speed.
I think one thing that's dope about that is none of that would have worked out if you weren't prepped for the next level by just being in the field already.
Mhm.
And I know that you have a musical background, so you know how quick things can turn. So when you're in the music industry, you're always ready for that call. Like you never know
Yeah.
when that call is going to come. So I kind of tailor it to like a boxer. A boxer
Yes.
is training 24/7. No matter if they got to fight in a month or they don't
Yeah.
know when their next fight's coming, they have to stay in shape. So
Yeah.
the fact that they offered you something like that and you were able to capitalize on it just means you was in the gym heavy. You were
Yeah.
ready. And
Yeah.
that's one of the biggest lessons I give to a lot of up and coming creators is that don't 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 move just to the target. You got to look far beyond the target because you never
Yeah.
know what you're looking at. Maybe just something you're looking at, but another opportunity may be behind that you won't even recognize because you weren't prepared for it.
No, for sure. That 100% was it. You know what I mean? A lot of that came from sports. You know what I mean? A lot of that came from like, just kind of like thing our coaches, my pops instilled, like you never said no. It's not if a coach says to you, you think you can play quarterback, even if you don't want to, you say, yeah, I can do quarterback. And you go do it, and it is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
And then that went to I was in the club industry before the music industry, and then I was club promoting, and club promoting is what got me prepared for promoting of any kind. Especially because also LA's different where they'll have 40 clubs open on the same day and all of them will fill up because they have that many people. Back
Golly.
home in SAC, there's going to be 2 cracking clubs. There's 15 open. 2 are going to be full. Everybody else, you're going to be struggling. So how hard we had to go to make sure we were one of those 2 every week was what kind of got us ready for this part. Because it was like, you got to pass out flyers. You got to really
Right.
irritate people or you're not going to make any money this weekend. And we were weekly club promoters, and we kind of became the best of that era of that. And then because of that, that's what made me start saying, I need to start promoting musicians. And,
Right.
we don't have any artists. And then I kind of got in with the early stages of like the Sacramento music scene. So like, y'all probably can't even see, it's like that right here. This is a platinum plaque I earned. So that was an artist that I started managing right before the pandemic, like 2018, 2019. And he had a song called Ruthless, and we promoted it up. And in the pandemic, it went off, and it went gold in the pandemic. And then that was the money I spent to do Impound, and that was also the rest of that money is what I took to put the store up the way I needed the store to be done. So it wasn't all just the will, the timing was perfect. And I was in a financial position that I could handle that as well. It could have been different a year before. I probably wouldn't have been able to do it. And, even with that, we still had ups and downs. There was still the, financial ups and downs that just never stops. The will came later, you know what I mean, to overcome those. We had a hard 2023. 2023
was a rough job.
Yeah, 2023 was horrible. 2023 was a bad year. Everyone's out of money. All the PPP loan money is gone. All the EDD money is gone. And people just weren't impulse buying. But the content, that transition at that time is what saved the trajectory. Because if we would have been reliant fully on still just sales, nah.
Yeah, no, sales is out of there. Shout out to my man Lyle Ringgold in the chat going crazy, talking about he gonna drop a track and make it off of 63rd. He wildin', man. He wildin'.
Shout out loud, man.
Hey, Meech, you so you had a big jump in the last 6 months, right?
Mhm.
From consumer looking at the creators and the publishers from the outside to now being behind the scenes. How much different is your appreciation for what indies do now that you kind of see what we go through behind the scenes?
Well, first of all, I didn't know that it was that the pot was being stirred as much as it was, because I'm just coming from the comic book space. I'm not knowing all about the politics and all of that stuff like that. And just the work that goes into putting these books together. I had no idea about Kickstarter. And then when I see how much money that that goes into Kickstarters, I'm like, man, people giving people all of this money for some books that
Yeah.
they don't know, you know what I'm saying, what that part to me is still computing, right? Because the fact that somebody trusts you guys enough to be able to invest, because that's what it is. It's an investment. They invest in y'all. They trust y'all to get the books on time. They trust that it's going to be the quality that it's supposed to be, and they trust y'all over and over and over again. And it just shows how much of a backing that y'all actually have. And
Yeah.
then also, I would say the biggest thing for me was DreamCon. Like when I went to DreamCon and I had to work that table by myself, and because I came over and talked to you, before I got set up and everything.
Yeah.
And so as I'm doing it, I'm like, golly, like I didn't think this was this difficult.
Yeah.
My voice is gone, my back is hurting, I'm standing up. I'm doing. To be fair, I was doing a lot more than just selling books. I was doing a lot of interviews too. So, and I'm just running around, and so that part, like the conventions, boy, my hat goes off to everybody who does conventions, because that part alone is a tough thing to do. And I've only done this one. I know you got VerseCon coming up. You've been to you just left San Diego. Y'all got Baltimore Comic-Con coming up. I don't know what convention you just left, Lonzo, but I know you just left a convention yourself. But to do these back to back to back to back to back, boy, y'all got to be some strong brothers, man. So if I could say anything, it's the convention scene that really made me like, whoa, like this is serious.
Well, it's different when you're vending, because when you're vending, you don't have a choice but to come and leave when they tell you. You know what I mean? When I do some of them, when I'm not vending and I'm just doing content, it's a little easier because then you can come and go when you feel like it.
Yeah.
But when you're vending, oh man, it's a
Slave to the
different
table. Slave
Yeah.
to the table, man. And paying down them expenses, because it's more so like that's where the hustle spirit come from, is from getting your expenses down so you can see some profit and then probably have some damn fun. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like how do you get there?
I was trying to manage to do both, but I was thinking like, dang, I got to sell these books. But Lonzo was like, man, don't worry about selling the books. Just go have fun. But I'm like, man, I want to sell the books. I want to do the content. I want to, walk around and see a little bit. So I didn't get to do everything that I wanted to do. I tried to interview as many people as I could, because that was my goal, really going out there, just interview as many creators as I could. And then also, I did sell out all the books, so I was happy about that. You know what I'm saying? So I ain't trying to say too much, but I was excited about that. And but that whole thing, trying to sell books and doing content at the same time, I do not recommend it.
It's tougher when you by yourself. I did that at LA Comic-Con. I was by myself for 4 days. Yeah.
Oh my
4 days is diabolical, bro.
Yeah, and I was doing that, but they put me in a spot that I had an open space next to me, like a brick wall that there was no booth, so I could step over to the side and do it. And it was a little different though, because LA Comic-Con, I live in LA, so it was like I didn't have to haul as much stuff. Like I go home today, if I sold this, I can come back the next day with some more books. I didn't have to, you know what I mean? But it's different. But I try now to make sure when I'm to try to do both, to have somebody working. I'm like, hey, you sell, I'm a talk.
Right.
But then what ends up happening is they still want me to sign or I still have to. So
Yeah.
so it is what it is. I don't vend as much as maybe I should anymore. I only try to vend the ones that I know are no brainers, and then
Yeah.
the other ones I just more so do content because I found I'll sell those books online, and it's like I look at it like this: like I can stand here and talk to 200 people,
Yeah.
or I can do 40 interviews and reach 2 million people.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what
That's
I'm
No,
fact.
saying?
that's
Yeah,
real.
so both of them doing both is the best. That's best case
Yeah.
scenario to sell the
Yeah.
books in person and get the content at the same
Yeah.
time. But if
That.
I choose one or the other, I'd be like, man, I'm just gonna go up there and just holler at people sometime. But
Yeah.
certain cons like DreamCon, you have to vend. You
Yeah.
have
Yeah.
Yeah,
to.
Dub
no,
reacts. I
no, for
was
sure.
hustling, man. I was trying to. 4 days
days
Yeah,
solo
solo.
is crazy.
It
That's
is.
that's
It's
insane.
diabolical.
You said you was
yeah.
doing content and selling books.
Yeah, but I never
Oh
get as
my
much
god,
content.
bro.
I never get as much content as I would if I wasn't vending. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? But I'll still try to get like, 15 to 20 interviews. But if I'm just showing up vending, I'm leaving with like 60, 70 videos. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Hmm.
So
Yeah.
but still try to do both. I didn't lock in with the metas. So I get a
Hmm.
lot of point of view content now from
Yeah.
from the
Yeah.
vending perspective. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
So but
That's
yeah,
not a
no,
bad
content is
idea.
king. Like you said, content is king.
Yep.
Hey, yo, quick jump in for everybody that is watching. If you're
I
not following
appreciate you, Val.
Impound Comics pages and YouTubes, make sure y'all hit that follow button. If y'all not following Concrete Comics, make sure y'all follow Concrete Comics. Same with Meets the Gamer. Make sure y'all follow all of these profiles that are in here, man. And let's just keep
Appreciate
this thing
y'all.
rolling, bro. Last thing before we go to the main question, right?
Yeah.
The one thing I was telling Meech was make sure you got some water and some snacks at your table,
I
bro.
did not
You need
listen.
it.
No, for sure.
You need it.
Did not listen
Yeah.
at all.
The good thing, we was forgetting that stuff, but the good thing was McDonald's was right next to a McDonald's booth was next to us giving away free food and drinks.
Oh, you lucked
Man.
out, man. She's
Yeah, so it was like, hey, go over there and go get 2 bags of that real quick.
you gotta have them
Yeah.
snacks though, man.
Yeah,
Something
no,
What?
for
that you can
sure.
eat quick because DreamCon, the traffic don't stop, bro. Like
Nah,
No.
it's
at all.
like you know what I mean. If you want to make bread, you gotta lock in. You
You
know what I'm
gotta lock
saying? You
in.
gotta
You
lock
and you don't really
if
have
you
a choice either.
DreamCon and you not making bread, this might not be the field for you, man.
You don't really have a choice either. They gonna keep coming.
Yeah.
For
Like
sure.
Yeah.
my thing was that I was kind of stuck after day two because after Saturday I didn't have anything left. Like in the morning, I didn't have anything left at all. So it was like outside of the community projects or whatever. And so like I was kind of sitting in the middle trying to do content. Then I wanted to get something to eat, but that McDonald's line you was talking about was diabolical.
Yeah,
So
no,
I was
I couldn't wait in it by myself. You
yeah,
was alone.
yeah,
Yeah, my girl was going to do it for me. I was like, yeah, come on now, just whatever they
yeah.
got to offer, just bring it.
Yeah, and so the good thing is, the guy next to me, I can't think of his name. I know he has a book, crazy name, Cootie Catchers. So he,
Cootie catch is crazy.
yeah, it is. But he had a really nice setup. He was able to like it was an animation when you it was this app that you downloaded on your phone. You pointed at the book, and the animation popped up, and then it came to life and whatever. But he ended up giving me some water, so I appreciated that, and that carried me through the rest of the day. But yeah, that
Concrete Comics employee passed out at DreamCon. Had to
from
be
not
rushed.
taking no
Had to
water.
be rushed to
Done.
Houston,
Man,
MD. Lonzo being sued for
dog,
Yeah, that's
Lonzo
worst
being
case
sued for some
scenario.
straightness.
dog
Jeez,
facts.
bro.
Oh,
I'd have been
you look, y'all be worried about that. Think about that's how I be feeling with VerseCon. Like you don't know what's gonna happen.
Man,
You
yeah,
got to
that's
get your liability insurance.
2027 VerseCon. I'm over there, man. You
Yeah,
know what
for
I'm saying?
sure. I
I'm
can already
locking it
tell
in.
this is going to be our best one. And a lot of it is because I've never focused on our convention at the level that like I've always wanted to because I always had to run the book side of everything I'm
mhm,
doing. But it's happening how I hoped that our growth of just impound comics is already attracting more people to the convention.
that's
So
Right.
good.
just sticking to the impound thing is like, oh, you have a convention, and you know what I mean? And I
Yeah.
hope to soon be able to have more of a person that can literally just only focus on VerseCon so that I don't have to be the engine to that level, but it's organically happening, you know what I mean, as we're going.
That's
I think
good,
it's
man.
dope.
That's awesome.
I'm very excited for VerseCon because I've been looking for something in Cali or on the Cali side, the West Side, for me to come through. That's more so like when I go to a con, I want it to feel like home. I feel like
Yeah,
yours is gonna feel like home because I know, you know what I mean. I know the
yeah,
backgrounds. I know what's going on there. So I'm very excited for that one, man. Very
yeah.
excited.
The one in February, I'm trying to. So the February ones, I definitely always try to cater them into Black History Month as well. The one in the summer, that's just I just book the best acts of all time. I still do that in February, but I do try to give it that Black History S too. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So, I had like Zach, Walter at the last one, in February. This one I'm trying to get. I might bring Walter back or try to bring Walter back if he's available. I love working with Walter, and then I'm really trying to get
Real dope
Jesse.
cat.
Yeah, I'm really trying to get Jesse to come to that one who's A Train. So I think that
Mhm.
that would be dope. And then I have the voice of the not in the Spider Verse, the game Spider-Man 2, the Miles Morales voice actor at that one. So I try to give it a little bit of that. We don't have the South appeal of as many black and brown
Yeah,
people,
Yeah, yeah,
but
yeah.
we still try to give it that. You know what I mean?
yeah.
We will never
I,
be able to compete with like Texas and something like that. You know what I mean?
oh, I
But we
know.
still throw,
It's a
we still
lot of
show
us
a
Hey,
down
love,
there.
hey,
throw it in there.
never say never, man. You know what I'm saying? You can bring
Yeah,
it out. You can definitely
yeah,
bring it out.
yeah,
Somebody said they need impounding these shops out in Frisco, man. You know what I mean? You got
yeah,
to hit the drive, bro.
yeah. We got a couple. There's what is the name of the shop in San Francisco? I did a pop up. I'm tripping. It's catered to Wonder Woman,
Hmm.
Invisible Jet Comics. I
Oh,
don't
that's
know if
hard.
she still has some, but we were in there. We were in there. I did a pop up over there in San Francisco.
Mhm.
That's
You know,
fire, bro.
San
It's real dope what you're
Francisco.
doing out there in Cali, because Cali is a hard state to navigate because each city is like what 4 hours away from each other, 5 hours away from each other, damn near.
I mean, so SoCal and NorCal is that far. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? So like Sacramento, Oakland, Vallejo, San Francisco, San Jose, we're all within 40 minutes to an hour and a half of each other.
That's nice.
okay,
But all of those cities, the Oakland, the San Francisco, Sacramento, that's 6 hours from LA. You know what I
yeah,
Mm.
mean? And
forgot
then
about
LA has their whole different world. And everything in between, there's just random cities. Fresno's like the middle city, the biggest city in the middle.
Hmm.
But like that's like the everything else in between are very lower populated farmland type cities. You know what I mean? So it's a huge gap from NorCal to SoCal, and there's not a lot in between. But Northern California, we're close to all of each other, relatively close to all of each other. You know what I mean?
that.
Right.
But that LA,
That's
San
fire.
Francisco, yeah, that's like going from Philly to South Carolina.
Yeah, I know it is.
Yeah, yeah.
So we got some comments on IG. They said,
Yeah,
I'm waiting for some animation projects to invest in. Shout out to my man Isaac, man. He shows a
Yeah.
lot of
yeah,
love. He bought every concrete tee that we've been dropping, and he been on
Mm.
my ass about some animations. So gotta
yeah.
make it happen. Gotta make it happen, man.
One day
So
at a
let
time.
I know, right? So let's address this elephant, man. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? I woke up Saturday morning, saw some things I didn't like on the internet.
yeah.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? About a good brother that I've seen do nothing but uplift the community and just show that there's another way out, man. So let's
Facts.
talk about it. Representation in comics, bro. What what does that mean to you, Brent?
I mean, it means a lot. We striving towards it every single day.
Hmm.
Um, it's to me. We made a statement that to me was a no brainer. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
To a few, it wasn't, and I think it's the same as just I made a statement on when a rapper is trying to come up. When a
Hmm.
rapper is trying to come up, a lot of times the people of their own community are the main ones not supporting them. But then when they get all the way famous, they want to act like they were there the whole time.
Right.
Just like what I said earlier, people in California never seen a comic book creator when we started like that. They were only on the perspective of a fan, and sometimes people have to see something to be able to be like, that is possible. I didn't ever
Yeah.
thought of that before. And it's tough that the only thing you've seen is Marvel and DC your whole life, you don't think about it's even possible that a person or an independent company can ever catch up to them, but they absolutely can.
Mhm.
And we've seen it, maybe not catch all the way up, but get on that playing field. You know what I'm saying? Like they got 100 years on people, right?
Yeah.
But I'm saying like
years.
get in the conversations of the playing field of having something be adapted that's just as powerful, but built on a different foundation. We've seen it with anime coming into America and taking over most of the market. And we're seeing it right now. With what we're all doing. We're seeing it. But
Right.
until it's at that goal, some people will just always have this, nah, you can't do that. You can't do that. No, you can't do that.
Right.
You know
Facts.
what I'm saying? So that's just what it is. I think the internet kind of took care of it on its own. People started to
Mhm.
look at, what was being said and be like, I actually agree with that. What's wrong with what's being said?
Nothing.
We've seen it with,
Nothing at all.
Black Wall Street. We've seen it with
Yep.
everything that any group has ever gotten in this world of coming together and supporting each other and building it up. And it's such a normal thing, but I can't speak for the people who don't understand that because I don't understand them.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I don't know where this narrative came from
Y'all give me 1 second.
that any of us indies ever said don't support the big two, just
Yeah,
support us. That
it
was
was made
never
up.
said.
Yeah,
That was never a statement. We never say we're fans of the big two. We read them, we
yeah.
check them out.
And I
You know
stated
what I'm
that
saying?
in the vid.
Yeah, like we read them. We're not saying that. We're basically what I said in my comment on one of the videos I saw was that we're not saying don't support the big two. What we're saying is if you want representation, you can prioritize the companies that you can actually reach and say, hey, I want to see a character that looks like this or look like that. If
Yeah,
somebody came to you, Brent, and said, hey, I want to turn my daughter into a superhero, you'd be like, all right, and
yeah.
you make it happen. Same
I've
with
done
me.
that
Yeah.
before.
That's what
You
I'm
know.
saying. Somebody come
Yeah.
to me and say, hey, I've always dreamed about making a character that, did this, did that. Okay, we'll make that. So you can, if you looking for representation and you don't want to have to, I, I, I I think the word beg kind of triggered people, right?
Yeah,
But it's basically what you're doing if you just waiting on pins and needles for them to drop a character that you relate to, and then
yeah,
they just be like, all right, here you go, got this
yeah,
one. You better hope it
Mhm.
gets past 3 issues, but here you go.
yeah,
Right.
Rather
yeah,
than you can just come over here where you got the representation on demand right here, and you can
Mhm.
still get it from who you love, and it's no difference in there. Like
yeah,
there's no reason for this division. It makes
yeah,
no sense, and it's not building a community, man. It really looks divisive, and I hate it for both sides, man. I hate it for
yeah,
both sides.
yeah. And it is what it is. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Majority of I would say that most of the people who were upset aren't even the ones trying to get more representation. It was just for the internet. You know what I mean? So, good luck on your journey. God bless you. But we gonna just lead by example and show.
For sure.
we got a question from my man Lau. He
Let
said, "I
me
have a
let
question
me
for
answer
Mister."
one question real quick over here.
Yeah,
So people, I see you guys. I got the TikTok going. Blasted is sold out till early September. It's on the way, but that's why you guys don't see it right now.
shout out to the TikTok too, man. I got to get up on that, man, for sure.
Yeah. Mhm.
Now, Meech, I know that you had some questions too.
Mhm.
Feel free to you know what I'm saying.
You said you wanted to look at something from people that was talking
Oh
about,
yeah,
right?
there's a couple questions. So
I know
Lau had a
somebody.
question.
Okay.
He said if I had a character but he was a monkey inspired and he is African American, should I worry about people's opinions or just go balls to the wall?
I mean, that's up to you. I don't care about nobody's opinion. I mean, if it's something that I want to do, and I'm just gonna do it. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like that doesn't exist.
So
It
hey,
does
listen, I
Yeah,
exist.
I mean, one of the most famous characters in the world is Kong,
Yeah.
Gorilla Grodd. I mean, as long as it's true to you, do it.
balls to the
Yeah.
wall then. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Shout out to my man Cosmortal.
Mhm.
There are people like myself who prefer indie works over the big two, and that's okay. Concrete Comics, Impound Comics, Godhood, Riververse Comics are all new alternatives with cool characters and stories.
You want to know what's crazy is most of the stuff that I read now is an indie, and I don't know indies now, and I don't know if that's just because I became an indie myself and that drawn me to it, but I enjoy it more personally because it's like, okay, no shade to it. The next Batman book, I can tell you a big percentage of what's probably going to happen. Like,
Right, right.
I promise you, his parents aren't
Are
going to
going to
make it.
die. Oh man.
And
Promise
so,
you.
like, that joy of actually exploring something new is
Yeah,
there. You know what I mean? And I'm not even talking about just indies like us. Like I'm on the Battle Beast series. You know what I mean? I love, like, the whole Invincible universe, and it's just the newness of it. You know what I mean? There's a lot of people who they do want to get something different than what they've already had. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
Mhm.
No, I totally agree. I feel like there's something intriguing about the indie comics
somebody
because it feels
somebody
like
on my TikTok said, Brent, I need you to convince Lonzo to get on TikTok Shop.
hey, listen, man. I'm sorry. I'm gonna get
Hey, I'm
on
gonna
there.
say
I
this.
promise.
I'm gonna say this. The fact that you're not on TikTok Shop is insane. You're like
Yeah,
there's nothing like TikTok Shop. Nothing. Amazon's not like it. Nothing's like it. Once you get it's TikTok Shop is like the algorithm of Instagram in the pandemic, where once you're in this scope, you're in it, and the
yeah,
purchasers
you're
are
right.
also in it. So you buy Impound. It says if you like Impound, you probably will like Ace Blade. You buy Ace Blade. If you like Ace Blade, you'd probably like Acolyte, and
Right,
it does
right.
that. It supports its sellers.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
like, I'll say this: I didn't know you still weren't on it at all. You're
So
you're insane.
I I
Same,
tried it out.
same him.
I tried it
Same
out,
him.
but I will be on it. I've been talking to the team about TikTok a lot lately because I miss when IG used to have a shop on it too. I don't know why they took
IG
that thing
still
down.
do, but it still does because I use the IG shopper, but it's through what's it called?
Through
Shopify.
Shopify, right? Yeah,
Yeah,
it got to be
but
through
the
Shopify.
IG shop has nothing on TikTok.
Nothing
Like
on
if you
TikTok,
think
right?
TikTok shop and IG shop are similar, you will have no idea what TikTok shop is. They're
Say
Mhm.
not
less.
even close. You know what I'm saying? Like, because people on Instagram are not conditioned to buy on Instagram. Most
Yeah,
people who buy on Instagram, this is their first time doing it, and they're just like, "Oh, I didn't even know I can." The TikTok shoppers are deep. They're
Yeah.
on there. It is Amazon shoppers, but
Yeah.
it's the videos right in front of them. And
That's so
so
easy.
you don't have to go anywhere else. They just buy it on the screen. They buy it on the screen. I'm
I
on
feel
live
it's like
right now, and my shop is on the live, and I'm seeing people say 4 people are exploring your shop now through live.
see, that's fire. You know what?
Yeah.
I did go live on TikTok one time. It was pretty dope, and I did because I tried out the
Bro.
shop. I mean, I had Acolyte on there. It did sell a couple Jones, but I
And
never really
once
put my energy behind it. So I
you
got to start,
And once you put
doing it.
some momentum, don't worry about the views. The views don't mean anything on there. Once you just start showing TikTok the effort, they show
Yeah.
the effort back to you. So
Right.
you're
Oh,
you're
say less.
not you're not you're not gonna get a million views on a TikTok shop video about your
Right.
comic book. You're just not, for the most
Yeah.
part. But that 5,000 views, that 3,000 views,
Hmm.
that's 3,000 people walking into the store.
Mm.
No, say less.
Potentially,
Say less,
potentially. You
man.
know what I mean?
Yeah.
I've been convinced. Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, because I did a little pocket watching. You know what I'm saying? I saw some of them book sales on y'all TikTok shops.
Yeah.
I, I
Ace
said I
Blade
said
is who
these
put
boys
me on.
moving. I
Ace
said,
Blade who
bro,
put me on. I
I
looked
seen
at
Ace
Ace
Blade is
Blade.
moving.
Ace Blade was the first one on TikTok shop that I saw in the comic book space. And I
Mhm.
looked and saw, I'm like, 300 sold,
300, yeah, 300
400
sold.
Yeah.
That's what
sold.
I
Yeah.
sold. I said,
And
wait a
I'm
minute.
adding it up because I'm like, this is a $50 bundle.
Yeah,
Yeah,
buddy.
And I'm
bulls
like,
out
and
there
I just
making
asked them,
chicken.
I said, how much ad money did you put in? Not a dollar. And as soon as I saw started going, I said, oh my, I said, see, this is just
Mm,
that I feel like in my career, every
Mm.
time something slowed down on the right on time, I found the next avenue to fulfill that void. TikTok has fulfilled that void. I know if I have inventory, I know it will sell on there. You know what I mean? Your website
Yeah.
is more of a challenge. Amazon is more of a challenge. You have to really convince people to go do that. TikTok shop, the convincing is not. These are people that just be like, I'm just buying stuff on here because I got a problem.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
No, I ain't lying, man. I definitely like hearing you say that. Seeing Ace Blaze success has been glorious
Yeah,
to watch, man. It's been
yeah,
glorious to see. Like just see all you guys' success has been glorious. And I know like I'm extremely confident once I put the energy behind TikTok, it should go crazy
no, it
because
will. It will
it's
show
hard
you
as hell to
quickly.
sell books on a website.
Yeah,
And I do that. So when you
yeah,
go on a
Yeah.
website, if I can put the energy behind what we do on a website or like just the energy we do at Comic Cons on TikTok,
yeah,
man, it
yeah.
should be life changing.
I'm
You know what I'm
telling you,
saying?
it will be. You'll see it immediately. You'll be like, man, I should have been doing this, but oh well, we doing it now.
Yeah, for real.
Hey,
You know,
listen, Lyle, Thad, Meech, Dan, I hope y'all here. It's about to be up. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
It's about to
It's
be
about
up
to be up.
Friday.
I'll see.
yeah.
Let me see. What man say Alonzo? We
Big
got
Red, Big
it.
Red. I need to tell you for indies, look, I got 2 YouTube videos, 90 minutes. Please watch those on how to create a comic book series with my advice. But my main advice is make what you love. Don't make what you think other people are going to love.
Come on now. That's true in any creative space too.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. What would you say? Got that flames popping too.
If that
Yeah.
guy's in here, please put the link in the comments, please.
But yeah, man, this is definitely I love what you said about representation. Like it's a no brainer. A lot of a lot of the nonsense that's been going on over the last couple weeks is just it's just distracting from what we could be doing, which is building community, sharing each other. There's too much there's too many videos of people talking about what they don't like, not enough videos of people talking about what they do like.
Yeah.
You know what I
I
mean?
mean, and it to me it sparked up the new wave. The hashtag support the indies, I think, is now about
Oh
to really
yeah.
mean again. I'm about to do a whole new thing of buying a bunch of new books too from other people who weren't in my first video, and let's do it.
That
Yeah, no.
that's real good.
Yeah.
I kind of had a similar like video of when we had the situation before with DC. And so I didn't make a whole new one, but I just reposted that one on my story, and it said, different problem, different company, same solution. Because what I said in that video is that as long as we have black people, we got black books. You know what I'm saying? So there's nowhere else to go. We the source, baby. You know what I'm saying? We ain't gotta wait on nobody. We
Yeah.
here and we doing it, and we've been doing it, and we're gonna continue to do it.
Nah, he not lying. He not
Mhm.
lying, man. So no, this has been really dope. Been really informative. Been really I just hope people see that we out here just supporting, like no drama, no no nonsense. You want
Right.
comic books? Just come get these comic books, man. And we already gotta live, us black publishers already gotta live under the mantle of black comics. And when you think
Yeah.
about it, that's a very divisive term, right? Because there's
Mhm.
comic books, then there's black comic books. We don't even get categorized. Like if you Google right now top 10 indie comic publishers, you won't see one black comic company listed there. Now, if you search top 10 indie black comic companies, you'll see us. But we don't
Yeah.
even get mentioned in the same
We're like
category
considered a
with
whole
the
nother category.
yeah, we're like a
Yeah.
whole nother subcategory of the main category. So y'all gotta understand what we up against. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Mhm.
We up against a lot. And we just asking for some support. Not no blind support. Support what you like, support what you love. Give these books a try, give them a read. And you might find something that becomes your favorite, jumps into your
Yeah.
top five, man. And
And
Yeah.
that's just what it is.
as a consumer, I just want to say this. I don't have the books on the wall behind me because they're black. I have them on the wall behind me because they good books. So I don't I don't support them just because they black people. That has a little bit to do with it. But it's the artwork, it's the storytelling, it's the creativity that takes me the rest of the way. You know what I'm saying? So again, like Lonzo was saying, just to reiterate, don't support us just because we black. Support us because you like what you see.
It was a good story.
Yeah, it's a good
It's a
story.
good story, bro.
So
It's a good
I got
story.
some questions I can hop into if you want to, Alonzo.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
for sure, man.
All right, a lot of these that I feel like that we answered already, but I'm gonna ask a question and then I'll let either one know when it's time to shoot. So we got this first one. What do you feel? What impact do you feel that Black indie comics can have on companies like Marvel and DC? Brent, you can go first, and then Alonzo, you can close it out.
I mean, it's to me, it's not even about that. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? Like I'm not doing this to have an impact on them. I'm doing this to have an
Right.
impact on the audience. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
I'm not. It's a separate thing.
Right.
It's it's just to have an impact in the space. And for one, the biggest impact of what we do is
Right.
that we're actually showing people it could be done.
Right.
You're not being born into just a dynasty. You're actually seeing real people that you can
Mhm.
reach out, touch, and relate to go from 0 to 1,000.
Right.
That's an influence that $1 billion company just cannot have.
For sure.
Like a for the people, by the people type of, reach.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They don't inspire. We have the ability to inspire
Mhm.
because we're so personable with the people who are interested in what we do.
Right.
So for me, it's never been about me trying to, impact them.
Mhm.
I can't hurt them if I wanted to.
Right.
Nobody. How can you? They can only hurt
Right.
themselves. It's just there's plenty of room, there's plenty of people, and you just, laying down what you're doing. Just staying true to what you're doing is what it's about.
Mhm. Alonzo.
I think one of the dopest things about the indie comic space is that a lot of us, the 99% of us, didn't get the chance to see like Superman and Batman being born, right? Like,
Mhm.
we weren't there for that moment. In indie
Mhm.
comics, you get to be here for the moment when something that may last forever is being born right now. When you think about
Exactly.
Impound Comics, think about Concrete Comics, think about, Godhood, Wiseacre, Freestyle Comics, all these
Mhm.
companies I can name, a lot of them are gonna outlast us for sure, like our
Yeah.
lives.
Yeah.
But you guys are getting to experience this black renaissance of black indie comics. And this is
Mhm.
stuff that our parents dreamed about and their
Right.
parents before. And back in the, in the 50s, when they said comics weren't for people of color, they were only for young white males. You know what I'm
Mm.
saying? And we had to go and make our own back then, but they didn't have the kind of backing that we got. Right now, we have the opportunity to do everything we want to do. There's nothing stopping us from making what we want to make. And you guys get to support that and have a front seat at it, man. So I would definitely take advantage of that if you guys are fans looking for an alternative or just more stuff to read outside of the big brands that you already know. It's like endless out here in the indie space. So jump on that, man.
Yeah.
All right, sounds good. Good answers, fellas. All right, another question. A lot of this stuff we already touched on naturally, but I have another good question. Uh,
Gotta go easy, huh? Come
hey,
on now, man.
Dad, he said it, not me, man. You got, huh?
I don't know
Oh,
why I
someone's
keep
gonna
doing it
answer
right now.
phone.
Might be like my phone getting hot, I think.
Oh,
Oh, yeah, the
okay.
phone's starting to heat up a little bit. Oh yeah,
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 Yeah.
nah,
yeah,
it's
yeah. No,
working now.
All
all we
right,
got is
cool.
like one or two more questions.
No, you're
Yeah.
good.
Um. So my next question: what is the ultimate goal that you want to see the Black indie comic space accomplish? It can be the indie comic space as a whole, or just yours in general. Same order.
I mean, just everything that we want to accomplish in the sense of like,
Mhm.
we need the live action, we need the animation. I
Yeah.
think until like we get something impactful in that space from the comic books as an indie company to the big screen, that's
Mhm.
when the whole space just gets taken serious. It doesn't matter who it is.
Right.
Um, one will just open the door for the others. And I think we're in a really good position for that. I think, a lot of people don't realize, at least in my eyes, it's a blessing that Disney owns all of Marvel, and
Yeah.
now Warner's owning all of DC, and every
Yeah.
other studio, if they need characters, they have to find people like us now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So just for one to break down the door for everybody to run through.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead, Alonzo.
Yeah, similar, very, very similar, man. I feel like I just want to see more just more posts about what people love and what they are reading. Like there's too many people gatekeeping bangers like Crescent City Monsters or Harriet Tubman Demon Slayer, or you know what I mean? There's so many dope ass books that people aren't yelling at the top of the roof like, yo, you need to check this out. That's
Yeah.
what we need. We
Mm-hmm.
need we need the voices of people to really be out here going crazy. Like it's a lot of cats on TikTok going crazy and saying what they're saying. But to double back it again, Impound made it popular to talk about indies on that TikTok platform
Mm-hmm.
on just another scale, which giving us another platform to jump out here and do amazing things. We mention Ace Blade all the time. Ace Blade is showing people the way how you
Mm-hmm.
can be out here getting it. And he's showing you just what it looks like from the ground up. Impound, same thing. What we trying to do over here, concrete.
Mm-hmm.
It's so many movements going on all at once. And the people unbeknownst to them, a lot of us are connected. Me and Brent talk all the time. Me and Ace Blade
Yeah.
talk all the time. We share a lot of intels. We all share the same fans and the supporters.
Yeah.
We share
Mm-hmm.
everybody know most people that know us, they know them
One, you
or
know the
they know
other. It's
them.
impossible
You know what I'm
not to.
saying?
Yeah.
Because it's
So
not
it's
many of us at this high level as well.
mhm.
So and we just keep bringing others up. You know what I mean? Like me, I try to I publish a lot of other creators, and that's me making sure I'm giving back. Because what a lot of people don't recognize is that getting into mainstream comics, like to be a big time writer in the big two. Shout out to Stephanie Williams and all them that's killing it. But
Mm-hmm.
what people don't
Mm-hmm.
understand is that's the NBA. It's like three people in there
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
represent it. You know what I'm saying? And they had
Yeah.
to work their ass off to get there. Like they had to
Yeah.
go crazy. So it's our job, like Meech, me, Brent, it's our job to create other avenues for our people to get jobs. And that's
Yeah.
basically
Yeah.
what we did. We created a whole
Mm-hmm.
nother workforce for other individuals that are fire that should be in the NBA, but
Mm-hmm.
due to politics and other reasons, they just can't get in there. So
Mm-hmm.
we created these avenues, and there's plenty of avenues out there. Shout out to Wise Acre. Shout out to all these other people that are dropping imprints, Advent Comics, Second Sight Publishing. There's a lot of opportunity out there. If you're up and coming writer, creator, and you want to
Mm-hmm.
get out there, you can self-publish or you can find another publisher that's going to put you on and put you in position to do some great things, man. So
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
the black indie space, we just need to look at what's going good in here and really elevate it, man. Push it to the top of the conversations and leave all the BS far behind.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Well, before we move into the last question that I have, I just want to say, when we talk about the NBA, just look at what Cube has done with the big three. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? He has opened up a whole nother space, a whole nother avenue that nobody thought was possible. You know what I'm saying? A way for these guys who are retired to be able to go into a space and, still earn some money, still play at a semi-high level, whatever the case may be. To me, that's how I look at the indie space. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, Marvel and DC, they're the NBA. That's the NBA level. But that don't mean we can't eat over here in the big three. That don't mean that we can't put out our own commercials. That don't mean we can't put out our own movies. That don't mean that we can't, put out our own animations and things like that. So it's like, for me, this indie space is just as, in my world, it's just as big as anything else that's going on. Because once I locked in on this as a fan, it was hard for me to go back and read. Now I do read some other books still, but it's like I want to know as much as I possibly can about the space, because like you were saying, Brent, when people buy your issue 1, it could be a collectible. I don't know which one of these things are gonna, blow up to the moon, but I also want to be able to say I was there. I want to be able to say, I read the first issue. Exactly. I supported the Kickstarter. So when I'm doing the promotions for the t-shirts and the books and all of the indie companies that, I promote, it's always a thing of you're gonna want to read this, because if you don't, and you get to issue 20 and you go back and issue 1 is $100, you're gonna be hot. What I'm saying? Yeah. So support it while it's still fresh and while the soil's still wet, man. So final question, which is something that should be fairly easy for both of you guys to be able to answer. Give me 5 of your favorite Black indie comics without naming each other's company.
So just not me and him, basically.
Yeah.
Ace Blade.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to look. I feel like Lonzo over there, like, don't take mine. Not me and him.
Yeah.
No.
I still, King, the Flame.
Mm-hmm.
I really like All-Star.
Okay.
You seen All-Star?
I haven't
Arcade
heard
Comics. Yeah, I wish I had it already in here because I would have showed the book, but I don't already have it. But All-Star.
Yeah. Big shout out to All-Star, man. That boy he draws his own
crazy. He's doing his thing.
Draws his own book.
I ain't gonna lie, you said not to say this, but I can't not say Acolyte, bro. I've been trying to get Acolyte from Lonzo since I told him one time, if you ever get tired of your character Acolyte and you ever want to give up.
If I ever get tired, I don't know, man. I
think he gonna put Acolyte on impound dimensions, man.
Crazy.
I ain't gonna lie though. Mega Woman is hard to me though.
Yeah.
I do like Mega Woman too.
Mega Woman is hard to me. I'm not gonna lie to you. Mega Woman is hard.
Yeah, I haven't heard of that. That's another thing, man. It's so much stuff.
There's so many.
Man, it's so much stuff out there, brother. What about you, Lonzo?
What about me? As you know, I named a couple already, but Crescent City Monster is one of my favorites. That joint looks ridiculous, man. I love Harriet Tubman Demon Slayer for sure.
Yes.
I love Soul from Midnight. Well, I'm not supposed to name the company, right?
No, you can say the company.
I say the company.
You say Midnight Tiger.
Soul from Midnight Comics.
I
love Soul. Beautiful. So I named 3, right? I like Titan from Advent for sure. Titan from Advent is one of my favorites, and I'm gonna go with another blue dude, man. I say Hot Shot for Freestyle. Hot Shot Freestyle Comics is pretty dope, man. And I know I'm not supposed to say this, but Brent got them bangers, man. I love the tattoo ball, man. Like just that concept is fire. It's super fire. It's original. It's organic, and I like his ethnicity as well. He's different. I think he reaches a lot of people. Made a shout out to Impound and Lau. I'm never saying Watchmen. Okay, I would never say that. I would never in a million years name.
I didn't say it, but I would have said it too. God, you reminded me, Lonzo. I thought you were about to say it as Midnight Tiger. That's a dope. That's fire. Midnight Tiger is one of my favorite ones too. I wasn't thinking. I didn't think about that one when I was saying it, but when you said Midnight Comics, I thought you were going to say Midnight Tiger. I was like, oh yeah. But someone said in the chat too. Someone said in the chat and I haven't read it myself, but some of the most aura of the Black indie space is Ordeal.
I haven't heard it, man.
It's only on Webtoons though. I haven't personally read it, but some of their characters is dope.
Okay.
And then also, and I'm not gonna keep naming people because I don't want to leave nobody out. Somebody we'll talk about the aura, and I haven't personally read it. Night of Abyss.
Night of Abyss, beautiful project.
The artwork of that is insane.
He's from the East Coast too.
Yeah,
I
not
think
even
he's from
business.
Maryland, I
It was
believe. But
fire.
no,
Yeah.
and I seen him do amazing things. He raised all that bread for the animation, man. He
Mhm.
got them statues. He be doing his thing at these cons too. I don't know if y'all ever ran into him at the cons, but
I
he
don't
be
think it was at
going
DreamCon.
Mm-mm.
he be going crazy.
Yeah, not even
shout
this
out
was crazy.
shout out to 615 Comics as well. Lau
Yep.
said he is leaving Concrete and said, "What's up, Impound?" Because I didn't mention Watchmen. That's crazy. Crazy how the little bros do, man. See, I knew he was from 63rd. I knew he was from 63rd this whole time, man.
Trying to slime me out, huh?
I knew he was from 63rd.
I would say that one of a few of my favorites. So I feel like it's only fair that I name 5. Watchmen #2 if I ever get that cover. I just want to throw that out there loud. But
yeah.
that
Lau got some of the best covers
yeah,
for sure.
I think that his B cover, or he just has one variant.
That is no. Lau got a lot of variants. Lau got a lot of
I've
variants.
seen,
He was going crazy.
yeah, I
Lau
seen
go
that one.
crazy on that Jones.
That boy can get a Jordan collab from that one, but that's not
Lau got this one Kobe Bryant joint that's fire too. Real dope.
I haven't seen that one. I only seen that one.
Any plans for the Impound and Concrete Comics to do a universe crossover? Like not now, but in the future. It's always up. It'll be easy too.
Yeah.
That'll be real easy. A real easy John. I was actually in a collab with Impound and in Flame, right?
Yeah.
Flame, I believe it was. Yeah, it was Flame.
I sent out my last book. Because I'm going back to SAC this weekend for our con. I would have shown it, but I don't have any here left.
It was a really dope. That was a really dope
We
surprise.
put a bunch of just indies in there in general, like, you know what I mean, and tried to just show
a really dope
love.
surprise.
So yeah, it was like, you know, EJ and Impound met at the arena, and the spectators were all indie creators in their characters.
That is crazy.
Yeah, so it was like Lonzo and Acolyte showed up. You know, Danny and Ace Blaze showed up. It was a bunch of different people. It was a ton of
different people. Crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
It's hard, man. I love that picture because it got me.
Yeah,
in
you made it your profile picture.
Swag,
I know you liked it.
You know what I'm saying? It got me in this exact swag. The hat on, same braids. I'm chilling there, looking.
That is crazy.
That's on his fire, man.
I wish I had one of the books here, but I don't. I'm gonna get some more on Wednesday when I go back to SAC.
Yeah, I gotta slide on one of those, man.
Yeah. Oh yeah, man. So last words before we leave up out of here, man. Let's this was a great Concrete Approved. I done recorded a couple Concrete Approved with Brent. The last one we did, I didn't drop because he elevated so much from that point. That interview became pointless because it was in 2023. It was like January in 2023 when we did that interview, and then he went crazy, and I was like, man, the stuff we talking about in this joint is so beyond, you know, so in the past of what he's doing now. I got to do something new and something fresh. So be on the lookout for us to come back and do just a solo individual Concrete Approved with Brent to really break down who he is, what he's been doing, where he came from, and how he's got to this point. I'm definitely very excited for that. Meech, let people know what you got going on, where they can reach you, and what you got coming up, man.
Well, if you don't know, my Instagram is Meech the Gamer, and I do comic book reviews. I do unboxing. So if you have any comics that you want to be reviewed, just hit the link in my bio, and then you're able to submit a form so that I can, you get your chance to have your book reviewed. You can send me physical copies. Just reach out to me for that information. And then also, I'm really not Meech the Gamer like as much as I used to be. So when you talked about when another space start to dwindle and a new space start to open up, that's exactly what happened to me. So I just been focused on pushing out indie comics as much as I can, and I can add director to my label. You know what I'm saying? I did shoot a commercial for Impound. If you haven't, not Impound, I'm sorry, Concrete. If you want to check that out, make sure you go to the Concrete page, and I'm gonna just leave it there. because I'm gonna get ready to say something I ain't supposed to say. But yeah, go ahead.
There is a really dope commercial that Meech got coming out for one of our newest titles that some people are receiving in the mail right now, man. So I'm excited for that. It's gonna be dropping in the next couple of days, man.
Yeah.
Brent, let these people know what you got going on, man, and what's next for you. I know you got the con coming, and I'm sure that you got some new books dropping for sure.
Impound Comics, Brent Sands, writer and the creator. I've some huge things coming that I'm gonna be showing. If you guys didn't see at the end of this month on the 28th, we're dropping like a 30-minute fan made documentary about Chadwick Boseman. That's his, the celebration of his passing, celebration of of his life and his legacy that he left us behind. So I did like a small, documentary on him. That's going to be on the 28th. Soon after, we're going to be dropping our first horror film. We shot a scary movie in 2024, so I'm going to be dropping information on that, and that comes out in October, along with just more books, more stories, more content. Follow our journey on impoundcomics.com.
That's fire, man. It's a lot of comments too. Shout out to everybody that locked in with us, man. There's so many comments I can't even show them all. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to go through it, but
Dan
golly.
said if y'all need someone to do an interview, I'll let your boy. Dan, you already know, man. We
Yeah.
got so much work to do for K Day. It don't make no sense.
Oh yeah, Dan is definitely fire with the interviews, and I'll extend this to you too, Brent. Meech and Dan, they do some fire interviews. They really out here putting on for the community and just trying to be that voice in the community to showcase and uplift more independent comics that are coming out. So if you got anything, any exclusive that you want them to drop or talk about, they with
Absolutely.
it.
I'm
They
gonna
with
be
it all,
doing a
man.
huge sending it to everybody when the horror film campaign comes. I'm gonna be getting on everybody's nerves.
Oh man.
I'm gonna be getting on everybody's nerves.
A
when the
horror
trailer
film.
drop.
What made you want to drop a horror film?
All right, I got a horror comics coming out.
Oh
Just
wow.
I got an entire zombie series coming out.
Sheesh.
But it just exists still in some of the fandom.
That's
People
crazy.
think I like superhero genre the most, and I actually don't. My
Oh,
favorite
yeah.
genre is ancient war. So
Mm.
like Odyssey, 300, Gladiator, Game of Thrones, Spartacus.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
Prince of Egypt. That's
Come on,
really
man.
my bag. Yeah.
That's what I grew up on. That's what Pop had me watching all the time.
Yeah.
The Last Samurai,
Yeah.
Braveheart,
Come
all
on
that
now.
stuff, man.
Yeah, that's
So,
really my favorite thing. But just horror films and that genre, I love it too. So I wrote this movie before Impound was even ever an idea.
yeah. Wow.
So
That's
it's an
crazy.
old script that I was able to do. You know what I'm saying? So it was just one of those, things. Like I got so many old scripts on so many different things. Trying to push forward to bringing them all finally to light. I'm doing a comic book called Gibraltar, and it's just about the Moors and things like that. So that's I'm just trying to do as much stuff as I can, man.
Man, boy,
All the stuff that I love.
yeah. That's insane.
Nah,
Yeah.
that's fire,
insane.
bro. For real.
Yeah.
It's speaking of, man, film. Shout out to our boy Darius on the chat too, man.
Yes,
Darius
sir.
messed around and won a award for his short film at DreamCon and ain't tell nobody.
Nobody.
Crazy work,
Nobody.
man. Crazy.
Winning
Work. He on here
awards
just
was
casual,
secret. Yeah.
like, I got an award. But I was thinking about getting pizza today. I was like, what?
Right.
Excuse me, bro. Crazy, man. And Darius got some amazing things dropping as well, man. Just shout out to the whole team. Shout out to the whole Impound team. Shout out to the indie comic space. Danny J Quick is in the building, y'all. Y'all know we dropped his name a bunch of times today. Y'all make sure if you don't know Danny J Quick, make sure y'all go follow his page as well. Check him out on TikTok. He's doing some amazing things, man. And just everybody, all the creators that's in the chat, shout out to all y'all guys. Y'all doing amazing as well. And hopefully I can get as many of you onto the podcast as possible, man. But I truly appreciate you coming on the show, Impound, addressing some representation questions that were out there, but keeping it classy, keeping it
Yeah.
keeping it impound. You know what I'm saying? Keeping it
Yes, sir.
concrete. And
Yeah,
Yes,
that's
sir.
what it is, man. Ain't no beef, ain't no drama out there. We
we ain't
just
got
selling
time
comic
for it.
books, y'all.
We creating too much.
We
Yeah.
just selling comic books, bro.
Well, nah, I
That's it.
appreciate y'all for having me on the show, man.
Yeah, no
No,
problem.
that's for real. Everybody, y'all know the vibes, man. Follow all the pages. Follow Impound. Follow Concrete. Follow Meet the Gamer. And let's keep it concrete, man. With that being said, we out of here.